Hey foodies, welcome to Meenu K. Firstly, let me apologize to you for a bad throat. The weather has become quite cold in Delhi and Noida NCR, so I think gradually it is affecting everybody, and so has it has affected me. But work should not stop, so I come up with another new recipe for you. This is called the custard biscuit pudding. I have already made a couple of puddings like these, but again I wish to share this because on popular demand I am making this recipe again. So I am making my biscuit pudding with Mari biscuit. You can use any other biscuit of your choice that you like. I have about 3 to 4 spoons of custard powder. Here you see a mixture of cream and jam. This is the mixed fruit jam. So instead of adding sugar, I'll be adding cream and jam in my pudding. You can even use sugar, the normal sugar, if you wish to do so. Here I have coffee and hot water, which I will be mixing together and dipping my biscuits into it to make the first layer of our pudding, and milk. This is about 1 liter of milk that we'll be using. So let's get started with preparing our very delicious custard biscuit pudding. So the first step is, onto a bowl I'll be transferring about a cup of hot water. To that I'll be adding coffee, instant coffee. Stir it well. Let it dilute absolutely. We'll keep this aside. And now we move on to our next step. So what we're going to do now, we will take one biscuit each, dip it into the coffee and water mixture and place it onto our serving bowl. We will layer up our first layer with as many biscuits as we can. We don't need to overstuff it. We just need to have them nicely placed so that when we do the final cutting of our pudding, the biscuits come along with the other ingredients. So the first layer of biscuits has been done, and now we move on to our next step. Onto a bowl I have transferred my custard powder. Here I have hot milk. I'm going to be adding milk to my custard and mix this into a lump-free mixture. Totally lump-free, because any lump in the pudding will not taste nice. So we're going to stir this and keep it well so that the milk dilutes with our custard properly. So that's about it. So the third step of our pudding is also done, and now we move into the kitchen to heat our remaining milk. So the wok has been heated up well, and now I'll be transferring the milk to it. I will add some more milk and I'll cook this till the milk thickens, and then we will be adding our cream and jam along with the custard powder into our milk. So foodies, our milk has boiled well. I'm closing the gas at this point of time because I don't want the lumps to develop while I put in my custard and my other ingredients. So I'm closing my gas. I will let this settle for about a minute. And to this I will now be adding the custard and the milk slurry that we have prepared. But before that we will have to stir and again make sure that it is totally lump free, because any lump, like I said, in our pudding will not taste nice. So I can see that all the lumps have disappeared, absolutely gone. And now I will be transferring this into my milk, and I'm going to cook this just like this without opening the gas. And then after I have finished adding my cream and my, you can see how quickly custard thickens when you add it to your milk. So you have to make sure that your work is done really quick so that it doesn't kind of thicken into a hard paste. I have also added my cream and jam, and you can see that beautiful color that has come. It's like a rainbow color which has come into my pudding. So I'm just going to let this cool for about a minute, and then we move on to the final settling of our pudding. I would also like to share something with you. These spoons that you see have been gifted to me by a very dear YouTuber of mine, a friend of mine, a family of mine. And these she got specially for me from Andaman Nicobar. So I wish to thank her for this, and you will see them quite often in my recipes now. So now for these, I have started with the layering of my custard cream jam settling. Cover up your pudding biscuits absolutely well so that everything is covered, and then we follow the same process like we did in the beginning. We will dip our biscuits into the coffee water mixture, put them on our pudding, and follow the same step till our pudding takes in that much of cream as well as the biscuits. Overstuffing would really not be a nice idea, because while we then finally cut our pudding, it doesn't cut in very well. So we'll just have that many biscuits and that much pudding put as much our container can take. So the second layer of biscuits is done, and in goes our custard. You can even drizzle some coconut if you like the taste of coconut in this, because already there are too many flavors. So I'm not going to be adding any more to it, because then overstuffing of not just the items but also of the flavors kind of intermingles, and you really don't know what exactly you were having. So we should just keep minimal amount of things in anything that we cook. So foodies, the final layer of biscuits has been laid, and my last bit of my pudding is also over, almost done with. I hope I'm able to cover the whole thing. Oopsie. So now I have a trick. I know what to do. I'm going to spread the rest of this on the biscuits so that they also get covered, and ta-da! There we go. So you see, I didn't have to really panic, because most of the time this happens, at least with me, that I try to do something really, really good and I end up making the quantity quite less. So never mind, I'm done. I'm happy that my pudding is all ready, but I can't serve this at this point of time because it's incomplete. I need to cool this up well so that when we finally have it, it's really, really tasty. And now just to garnish a little bit, I'll drizzle a bit of coffee onto my pudding to give this pretty color to my pudding and a nice flavor that will come finally when we cut and enjoy it. This can also be served as a Christmas pudding, because now with Christmas round the corner, a lot of puddings and cakes and pastries are generally cooked around in the houses, and people love to eat and share with family and friends. And now what I do, I'll just close the lid of my box and put it in the fridge, not the freezer. I'll put it in the fridge for about an hour or so, and then I'll show you the final plating. तो फूडीज़, हम चेक करते हैं कि हमारी पुडिंग सेट हुई है कि नहीं, क्योंकि ऑलमोस्ट 2 घंटे से ऊपर हो गया है। ओह वाओ, ये तो बहुत ही यमी लग रही है, और डिलिशियस दिखने के अलावा ये सेट भी अच्छे से हो गई है। आप देख सकते हैं। मैं अब इसको काट के आपको इसको प्लेटिंग करके दिखाती हूँ। तो फूडीज़, तैयार है हमारी बहुत ही स्क्रम्पशियस, बहुत ही माउथ वाटरिंग बिस्किट कस्टर्ड पुडिंग। इसको आप किसी भी ओकेजन में आप इसको बनाएंगे तो आपकी वाई वाई होगी। बहुत ही अच्छा इसका रिस्पॉन्स आपको मिलेगा। सिंपल रेसिपी है, घर में रखे इंग्रेडिएंट्स के साथ में ही आप इसको बना सकते हैं और इसको बच्चों में तो बहुत ज़्यादा पसंद की जाती है। तो ये रेसिपी ज़रूर लाइक करें, शेयर करें और अपने वैल्यूबल फीडबैक्स मीनू के साथ शेयर कीजिए। सब्सक्राइब करें हमारे चैनल को और हमें सपोर्ट करें। फिर मिलते हैं एक और नई रेसिपी के साथ, तब तक अपना ख्याल रखिएगा। बाय बाय।